tell me that I can, I tell them why not. This is my calling, I'ma make it to the top. I said I'm more than a conqueror, more than a conqueror.
What's up YouTube, Altu here with another video, and this is a topic that I've been meaning to talk about for a little while now. It's a topic that was touched upon by Vince Del Monte, fellow WBFF pro, Ben Pekowski, IIFYM pro, and more recently, which is what reminded me that I wanted to make a video about this, was fellow WBFF pro Gabriel Shea. He's a muscle model, I'm a fitness model, and before I start, actually, I want you to go ahead and follow Gabriel Shay's fitness channel, Fearless Academy. He's doing some great things with that channel. It's a really solid channel, some great content on there. So go ahead and subscribe to his channel. Really humble, really down-to-earth guy who's got a lot of time for everybody. And we actually started competing together. Actually, the first show we did the Miami Pro in 2012. I think that was both of our competitive debuts, if I'm not mistaken. So we've both gone ahead to become WBFF pros. So I've got a lot of respect for that guy. So so give him a follow, give him a subscription. You won't be disappointed. Now all of these guys have made videos touching on IIFYM, if it fits your macros, versus clean eating. And the topic specifically I wanted to touch upon was, can you use if it fits your macros to prep for a competition, to get into peak condition. And the videos that the aforementioned guys have made, they all dismiss it as something that can't be used in contest preparation, which is absolutely fair enough, you know, especially with Gabriel. He's, you know, as a humble guy, he said, this is my opinion. So I just wanted to kind of quell some myths and misconceptions, which in my opinion are something that surrounds the if it fits your macros kind of diet. I'm going to shoot from the hip again, but what I have done is write some points after watching all three of those videos again. So I just want to touch on each and every point. Actually, perhaps before I get into my points, let me explain what if it fits your macros is. So if it fits your macros, it's sometimes been, I've heard it been mentioned a few times by people who aren't really in the know, that it's a fad diet, that it's something that's come up recently, whereas it's not something that's come up recently at all. It's not something that's just been pulled out of thin air. It's something that is the reason for everyone getting into shape, whether you know it or not, whether you follow macronutrient counting or not. Basically, why your physique looks the way it does, it's a result of calories in versus calories out, and what those calories are made of, what their macronutrient compositions are, so protein, carbs and fats. This is the most scientifically proven, and I'm not just talking about one study, I'm talking about the most evidence behind it, the most research behind it. Calories in versus calories out determines weight gain or weight loss. Now, where that weight gain and weight loss comes from is determined by the macronutrient composition of those calories. So let's say, for example, your goal was to gain weight. You don't want to gain weight from fat, you want to gain weight from quality lean muscle. So your macronutrient composition is what's going to determine whether that weight gain comes from lean muscle or the majority of it comes from body fat. Same with losing weight. So if you want to lose weight, you don't just want to lose weight for the sake of it and just have the scales move down for the sake of it. You want your weight loss to come from body fat. And again, that's a result of having optimal macronutrients, having your calories made up of optimal macronutrients. So if it fits your macros is not something that's just cropped up. It's something that is scientifically proven and has been for centuries. It's not like something you've just pulled out of thin air. It's been in place, and it's what's been working behind the scenes, if you will. Even if you're not aware of it, your physique is a result of calories in versus calories out, and those calories being made up of optimal macronutrients, even if you track or you don't track. So that's what if it fits your macros is. What is recent, and I'll give you that, is that it's been given a name. But you know, it's not something that is recent, it's something that's been around for years. So with that said, let me go ahead into the points that each of those athletes made. The first one, which really rattles my cage, is it's been labelled the lazy approach by quite a few people. This actually really rattles my cage purely because it's inaccurate. I had a 24-week prep for me to turn pro last year, and that was extended to 31 weeks because I then went to the World Championships for my professional debut. And for somebody to call what I did the lazy approach, when for 31 weeks I had to track every single thing that was going into my body on MyFitnessPal, to track all the foods that I was consuming, to call that the lazy approach is completely inaccurate in my view. In fact, I would counter that with, if you're not following an If It Fits Your Macros diet, and If It Fits Your Macros purely means you have a macronutrient target. So another thing that gets me with a lot of these IIFYM detractors is that they are actually using If It Fits Your Macros themselves. So it's really ironic that people actually bash If It Fits Your Macros. If you're not tracking your macros, if you don't have a macronutrient target, then that's the lazy approach. You know, you having no idea what you're putting into your mouth during a contest prep, that's the lazy approach. I don't care how clean you're eating, I don't care how prepared you are. If you're not tracking in a contest prep, which is very, very important, then that's the lazy approach. If you're tracking, then you're following If It Fits Your Macros. But if you're a clean eater, then you know, you can eat your clean foods, but if you've got a macronutrient target, you are following If It Fits Your Macros. That's all IIFYM means. It means you've got a target and you fill that up with whatever foods you like. So if you're a clean eater, you're still following If It Fits Your Macros. If you're not tracking during a prep, that's the lazy approach. So that's point one.